We're on.
Good evening, savages, and welcome to another episode of Savagely Paranormal. Our topic tonight has been on my bucket list for a very long time. I don't know about you guys.
Mine too.
It is the Stanley Hotel. It was made famous by Stephen King's book, The Shining, and the movie was filmed there.
And the TV miniseries.
Yeah.
That didn't last
Actually, the
very long.
movie was not filmed there.
No?
The miniseries was filmed
I
there.
thought it was filmed in parts.
The movie was actually filmed on...
It was in Canada, I think.
Yeah, I forget where. I don't think I wrote that part down. But the movie was filmed somewhere else.
Because they couldn't get the hotel.
Yeah.
It was the movie, well, the book was inspired by Stephen King staying the night and having a very lucid nightmare at the Stanley Hotel.
Drugs.
No.
Well,
maybe. I don't know.
It was about a fire hose coming to life and chasing his kid down the hallways.
Screaming, yeah.
That's how he came up with the idea for the book.
It's awful. That's awful. No.
It's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Makes me wonder how he came up with the ideas for his other books.
Yeah.
But that's topic for another podcast.
The experiences started way before he had his experience there, like almost as soon as the building was built.
Well, the basic backstory of the hotel, there was this guy, Freeland Oscar Stanley. Hence the name, the Stanley Hotel.
And his wife, Flora.
Yes. He found the land because he had TB. And he found that being there alleviated his symptoms. So his wife and him, they built the land. They bought the land. Then they built the hotel in 1909. So it was pretty cool. You want to go next?
So they have a lot of rooms at the hotel, obviously. The 4th floor is their most haunted section of the building.
The 4th floor in any building is the most haunted because it's always the sane asylum, crazy room floors.
Yeah. That and the staircase are supposed to be the hot spots. The staircase, they've called it the vortex. Because they say if you're going up the stairs, you can literally feel like you're walking through the energy field. And they say there's a portal there.
I think I've seen that on a few episodes that they've done on TV where people say that they have and they feel weird.
They say that you can see Freeland and his wife on the staircase holding hands.
Yeah.
Why would you want to stay in that hotel after all this time?
I do.
No, I meant you're dead. You can go other places. Why would you want to stay on the property?
Place. They went there and he got healthy again, and they built it. They built it, I think, to resemble their home on the East Coast.
They built it to rival the big luxury hotels on the East Coast, so people would come to Colorado. Yeah,
you're dead. You can go anywhere. I'm pretty sure TB doesn't follow you into the afterlife.
Probably
no,
not. But I mean, it was their happy place.
It was.
And they like seeing people enjoy it now.
They have a pet cemetery on the property.
Not surprised.
All of the family's beloved pets are buried.
Yes, they have their golden...
Cassie is often seen at, scratching at the front door, bringing the newspaper in, still. So that's interesting.
Yeah. And they had a cat named Comanche. I haven't found any stories about the cat, but it has supposedly been seen.
Yeah. So there was a fire that happened because
freak accident.
One of the chambermaids, there was a leak in room 217.
They had the gas lanterns for if the power went out, because that was the cool thing about the hotel. Even back then, they had made the hotel to have
their own private bathrooms.
They had their own private bathrooms. They had power. They had I I think they even had like the whole sewer system. Everything.
So this was basically like a village.
Kind of.
It's a luxury resort.
Yeah.
In one building.
Yes,
yeah.
It's a luxury resort.
But the gas lanterns had malfunctioned somewhere,
They were
so the
leaking.
room was full of gas.
Oh shit!
And she walked in with a candle, and boom.
She was thrown through a hole in the floor into the ballroom downstairs, and like 10% of the building was
chicken
damaged.
was on the menu.
Yes.
She
survived,
survived
Oh,
and went back to work at the hotel.
Hi!
For a
No!
long
No!
time.
And now she's still there, and she will organize people's rooms for them while they're sleeping.
I wouldn't let her touch any of my things.
You can't stop her. You don't know she's there.
Room
Nope.
217 is one of the most haunted rooms at this hotel, and everybody that stays there wakes up to a tidier room, their clothes folded and neatly packed into their luggage for them.
And 217 is the room that Stephen King stayed in, and there is a small boy that's usually seen outside of it, and Stephen King actually saw him.
This is like the hot spot for paranormal investigators right now. This is actually where the Estes method was originally created. Yeah. Pfeiffer and Connor.
So what I'm hearing from the two of you is road trip.
Yes.
We need to go on a trip. We need to go on a road trip.
Yeah, I want to go there so bad. There was room 407, Lord Dunraven. He owned the land before Stanley, and he has been seen in the windows of room 407. He just kind of hangs out there.
Yeah.
There's no reports of him being seen elsewhere in the hotel that I can find. He just pretty much hangs out in room 407.
Yeah. Like, weird things happen, like, all throughout that floor. Like, people have reported things getting into bed with them.
See, that creeps me out.
And being tucked into bed while they're in bed. Yes. It's very weird.
I don't like to be touched when I'm sleeping. Don't do that. No touchy.
No touchy. No touchy. See, this is
Put
why
a sign on the door.
No
touchy.
We have to request one of the rooms that aren't haunted for you.
Yeah. Yeah, so, I don't leave you all in the middle of the night.
There's caves under the hotel where
a pastry
servants, or whatever you want to call them, that's how they would get through the hotel so that the patrons there didn't actually see the staff. So they would go through the caves, and there's a pastry chef who's been seen down there, and you can get the smell of the baked goods.
Yes. People often report smelling his baked goods still in the tunnels. Which is kind of interesting.
Yeah.
Now, the room I want to go check out is room 401. I want to check out room 401. There is supposedly an unfriendly male ghost in there.
Not surprised.
I'm not going in the closet, but he
likes to inappropriately touch females in the closet.
I just want to stand in the room and yell at him.
See, that's where I would be like, no touchy.
No touchy.
Yeah. In the same room.
Sorry, it was me.
In the same room.
You're just the cameraman.
Just the cameraman.
The first 9 times I stayed in that room.
Shut up. In the same room, there was a man staying in there, and he had taken off his wedding ring and sat it on the counter of the sink. He watched his ring move across the counter and slinked over the sink right down into the drain. Yeah. So, my question is, what was he doing there that made the ghost go, you don't need this, stink?
He's doing some inappropriate touching of his own.
Right.
Stanley's wife, Flora, is also often seen and heard playing the hotel's piano. Mm-hmm. Which is...
Oh, I love musical ghosts.
Yes. Yes.
The noisy musical... They're very friendly, though. So most of the spirits there are decently friendly. And a lot of people go. They host a lot of things there, like 13, which is a seance at the Stanley, is hosted there all the time.
Well, we all know my take on seances in certain places that you probably shouldn't do that.
There are several ghost tours and
that I would do.
Haunted hotspot tours and investigations that go on that they host publicly.
There is, we have the creeper in room 401. There's also another kind of a creeper in room 428. People have seen visions of a cowboy looming over their bed or standing in the corner. And the cool thing is there
have a lasso.
there are no
They can't quit you.
there are no floors above that, but people can hear furniture being moved and footsteps above them.
Was there ever anything above that?
No.
Oh.
It's a ceiling.
Yeah.
There's nothing above them.
All right.
So that's
Footsteps on
pretty
the
cool.
ceiling.
Yeah, footsteps on the ceiling. There's lots of like other like stuff that like other ghost investigators like in teams that have gone there that are more professional have spotted other things in other places at the Stanley.
These are just the hot spots that have made it into.
So there could be other things that are going on.
There
We
are
just
a
don't know about
lot
them.
of things going on at this hotel.
Okay.
There's so much information about this place that we could do a podcast for like 4 hours.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
And-
like so much stuff happens.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It's not.
It's-
It really doesn't sound like it's anything bad. Would it be fun to investigate? Yeah.
yeah.
Right.
But
It seems mostly residual. There's some intelligence to some of it, but
Right.
most of it seems.
well, I wouldn't
like
say most of it. I would
some
say
of it
some of it.
is
Like
at least residual.
maybe like the cowboy that's just kind of hanging out there because who knows. But the guy in room 401, that's not residual when you
No.
can interact.
There's a child that's heard often on the fourth floor that likes to run up and down and laugh, and he likes to play with the guest's hair.
Yes, he goes like this to him as they're
He likes.
No. Nope. No.
the pastry chef. He's probably residual.
He's probably just doing the same thing that he did
just repeating
years
his loop.
ago. Yeah.
For it to still smell like baked goods.
Yeah. He's
Yeah.
probably
Tunnel.
still just repeating.
Yeah.
I haven't really seen any like major information on the pastry chef. Just that
He's been seen.
Yeah.
He's been seen, and they still smell his baked goods. Because I mean, like that's not really
Who
scary.
doesn't love food?
Right?
We all love food.
Especially baked goods.
Yes.
If you've watched our podcast, you can look at us and know we all love food. Yes.
Right.
A little too much.
Sometimes, just a little. But this is probably one of the most famous haunted locations in the world.
Because
so many people
because-
have been there.
Because of, honestly, it's because of the book and the movie.
I was gonna say,
Yeah.
do you think
There's not enough. I don't think there's enough activity there to make it the most famous. But because of the book and the movie,
Right.
that's what pushed it over the top.
I was gonna say,
Yeah.
do you if Stephen King had never stayed there, if there was never a book written, do you think it would still be a hot spot,
No.
or do you think people would be like, oh,
No,
it's a hotel,
it was
things
falling
happen?
into disrepair, and they were basically almost to the point where they couldn't keep up on the upkeep anymore. His book and the movie pushed
Brought
them-
everything back.
Yeah,
So yeah, if it wasn't for Stephen King, there probably wouldn't even still be a hotel.
probably not.
But this is where the Estes method was invented
Yes,
on a ghost tour.
and stay tuned. One of our shorts later, we're doing
Yeah.
a little short on the Estes method.
Yes, which is kind of cool because we do use that method when we
A
go
lot.
Yeah.
out. It's
I think we all do ours all differently,
yeah.
the when we do them.
But
Yeah.
the coolest one ever, when we were we're off topic here, but we were at the Ross house and we had a full conversation with someone using the Estes.
I mean, it
for
was
another podcast. Let's talk about
Yeah,
the
I know.
Stanley House.
yeah. So we, Cassie is still seen on the grounds. Flora and Mr. Stanley are still seen here, there, and
Another
everywhere.
fun fact, 1994, the Stanley Hotel was used for that big scene when, I can't even remember their names now.
Was it a movie?
Starsky and Hutch.
No.
I don't know. I don't know.
It's
Movie,
right there.
TV show.
Dumb and Dumber.
Oh,
yeah.
oh,
Yes.
oh! When he
Yes.
like rides up on the scooter and then they have like the entrance.
Yeah, when they're going to find her.
Yes.
Yes.
Dumb and
that
Dumber
was
was
done.
filmed
That was
there.
the Stanley Hotel.
It doesn't even look the same.
No, they've added on a lot to it. It's been added on over the years.
Does it need to get any bigger?
Well, I don't know if that's it from the front, but when you go into the
that main section. Yeah.
Right. And now, where this hotel sits also sits on Native American land.
That was going to be my next question about all of this was when you find land, per se, which we all know how that happens, does anybody bother to look into said land and why there was nothing there to begin with?
No.
And then all of a sudden you're like, great, I feel good. This feels like a good place. We're going to tear it apart. And then things happen and you're like, oh, why? And then, maybe this is someplace I shouldn't be.
Well, to be fair, everything is built on Native American land.
Right, I mean, pretty much everything. Yeah.
Everything.
Because we were not the first ones here.
No,
It's
we
a
were not.
controversial subject that nobody likes to talk about.
Right.
Right.
Which we have another podcast coming up. I don't know if it'll be a whole podcast or a short about the cemetery that we found in Madison that used to be a cemetery.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that later.
Okay, I live there, so.
I know.
Yeah.
It's not near you though.
Thank God.
It's it's native land.
You're off subject again.
What?
Yeah, we're gonna go back.
Well, no, the land on that the Stanley is built on, the Estes Valley is all Native American land. There are two major tribes that are from there.
Yeah.
And they just decided we're going to build something here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Because
Because it made him feel better, so he said, I like it
It
here.
was probably built on a ley line.
Probably.
Oh, it's possible. I didn't think to look that up.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
The other little tidbit is there was a tour supervisor named Rachel Thomas that claims she was made physically ill on the 4th floor, which I'm not surprised.
Not surprised.
A lot of the tour guides there that do the paranormal tours have varied experiences of like the little kid.
I feel like it's always like the tour guides because they're like they do it so often they don't expect anything to happen, and when things happen they're like,
I think when the spirits see them, they get used to them and they start to know these people in a sense.
And then
how much of it is subjective.
Right.
And a lot of like there were 3 main tour guides that like almost lived on property. And they, those are the guys that made the Estes method, which is kind of cool. I mean, that's one of our favorite things.
couldn't imagine living there.
No.
No.
Look,
I'd be terrified.
It's like a piece of cake compared to what I've lived with for a little while.
If I'm hearing kids running through the halls and laughing and all that,
I'm used to that. I grew up with that. Like that doesn't bother me.
No,
it's more of like
I see children, I automatically assume demon until proven otherwise.
Right. I don't like
the
touchy ghosts. Like I don't.
Well,
we all know
the one kid that is experienced there is the touchy feely kind. He likes to pet people.
It's right up your alley.
No.
No touchy. No,
I'm good. I don't want some kid that I can't see.
I do.
Touch it. You go right ahead.
Always,
You go right in that closet too. Get them touches.
I don't want the creeper man. But if a little kid wants to come up,
I want to
like
know
this,
about
I'm
the
good.
closet. Like why it's only in the closet.
We don't.
Out of sight, out of mind.
Maybe he was a real creeper in life and he hid in somebody's closet waiting for them to come back.
And that's probably how he died.
Probably.
That's probably how he died. You're right. He probably did die in the closet. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's just weird that like that would be the only like big thing that happens in that room, other than like sometimes people feel somebody sitting on the bed.
Yeah.
Maybe
or
he wants help
climbing
coming out the
into
closet.
bed.
Maybe he's not really trying to touch them like that. He's just saying, please help me.
Well, and then in room 217, if you go there with your significant other and you're not married, you oftentimes feel somebody climb into bed with you. Yeah.
Why does it only have to be like married people that nothing bad happens to?
I don't know.
Like,
it's just weird that
they got their punishment already.
Well, I mean, back in the day when this was when the hotel was built. It was very
Yeah.
like
You were
Couple
not either
retreaty.
married
Proper.
or you were what is
You
it?
were doing the tango with other people you
Not
shouldn't
even
be with.
wedlock.
Well,
Yeah,
even
out
back
of
then though,
wedlock.
that wasn't even considered. If you weren't married by a certain age, you were like too old to get
You were-
married.
yeah,
and
you were like an
the
old
lady
maid.
with the cats.
Yeah,
the crazy cat people.
yeah. The old maid.
The old maid. You're the old spinster now.
That's
Yeah.
the word I was looking for.
Just
But it was gonna come out wrong, and I wasn't gonna say it.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
like, oh, they have so much like weird things that it's just weird. Like the whole hotel is weird. Like a lot of caverns and like underground stuff. Like Mr. Stanley's often seen downstairs on the bar and in the billiards room.
And in the lobby, he likes to welcome the visitors.
Yeah, I think that'd be cool. I don't know if I would want to go and get drunk in the bar and see somebody
I do.
hanging out in there like, hey, what's up?
Right,
I'd be like, am I
you get somebody
hallucinating
you get
this?
somebody taking your order, and then you're like, "Where's my drink?" And your guy's like, "Ooh, what are you talking about?"
You know, it's the old guy in the suit,
You're right.
Like,
we don't have anybody that works here like that. And
And then
you're-
you just happen to see his picture on the wall, and you're like,
Him.
I gotta go. I
Yeah.
can't do this. Gotta go. I don't need it anymore.
I've
Goodbye.
seen him. That is who took my order. And they're like, I hate to break it to you, but
He died like 100 and some years
yeah,
ago.
he
Right.
died like 100 some years ago. Yeah, no,
Right.
that would be our luck. Like I would be the one that we'd be there in the bar and I'd be like, oh yeah, I'll take this to drink, and then
We get ours,
everybody's
and you're still
looking
sitting there.
at me like
Yeah.
I'm crazy because I'm talking to
So nothing. Nobody.
nothing. And
Nobody's
you're
there.
like, hey, by the way, he's not really there, so you just talk to
Right. You're not getting anything.
You're not getting anything. You better walk yourself back over to the bar and order from a real person.
Or that'd be like us having a conversation, and all of a sudden, just somebody appears, and
Yeah.
you're just
We
like,
just
"Oh,
keep-
hey." Yeah.
we just keep going because
And then they're gone.
yeah.
Yeah.
Being that I'm the only guy in the group, you're lucky it would be a guy that sits there and you just assume it's me.
Right.
Yeah.
That too. Yeah.
We would totally do that though, like,
You're like, oh, Brian's back. Okay, cool. And
and then be like, wait,
And then Brian
why
walks
did
up
you
behind
change
us.
your
Yeah.
clothes?
Right. Yeah. That's exactly how that would go.
Because, I mean, we need to put a bell on him anyway because he walks
I-
so freaking quiet.
I brought the stuff home so I can make you your bell.
Wow.
I'm so sorry.
You're not sorry. You're gonna like this bell when he walks up behind you
Oh,
in the
girl,
dark.
you just wait. You're getting your own special bell.
Why do I need a bell?
That way when you go,
So-
nope, we can hear jingle, 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 jingle.
There are words that I'm not allowed to use anymore. To all of you.
But you love us.
Ah.
We love you.
Hurt?
Oh.
No touching.
Touching.
Oh, God.
All right, so
Well,
I don't
yeah.
know. It's on my bucket list. I would love to go there.
Yeah.
Tabby actually did get to go. I don't know if she got to go inside, but she showed me a picture of her standing in front of the steps.
Yes.
That'd be cool,
She
yeah.
got to go and see it, and her brother had promised her an overnight stay there, but he moved out of Colorado before
So she never got
she
to.
could cash that in. I was like, oh, we need to go.
Yes.
Road trip.
We need to go.
I ain't driving this time. At least not all the way.
No.
No.
No, when you
too
get tired,
anxious.
let me know. I'll switch. We all know I sleep.
No. Yeah. So I guess like the hotel hosts like some moving objects, people, it's lots of weird random stuff.
Yeah.
Like
Well, we'll have to put it on the to-do list at some point.
it's
I
on
need
the
to go.
bucket list. Yes, I have an
And go.
entire
It
bucket
has
list.
to be
of
sometime
stuff.
between late spring and mid to late fall. Because I'm not going that way and getting stuck in a snowstorm.
No.
Actually, you're better off going in the summertime because they get snow until like June.
Sometimes, yeah.
One of my friends lives in Colorado. She had snow in June last year, and I was like,
Welcome to
No.
Ohio.
Right?
No.
Yeah.
Right.
like, I want to go, but I don't want to. I don't
No.
know.
No.
I want to go and enjoy the nice, pretty mountains and all the stuffs, but not deal with the snow.
No.
Yeah,
Because I don't do snow, and I don't want to be cold and miserable
We
as we're
live in
trying
the
to
wrong
like,
state for that.
Right.
But I don't want to be trying to investigate the grounds there because there's so much stuff that happens everywhere. There's so many outbuildings and stuff there. I don't want to be investigating if it's snowing.
No,
Go
don't
outside.
say
I'm
it.
going up to the 4th floor. I'm gonna go
If that's the case, though, at that point, we would all need body cams.
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, it's in the works.
Yeah.
It's on the bucket list. No. It's on
Multiple
the
body
list.
cams. That way we can replace them when one dies.
Right.
Or the
We all
the
just carry
batteries.
battery packs and plug them in.
Yeah.
So, stay tuned. Check out our website soon. We have lots of new cool stuff coming.
Club Savage is coming.
Yes. We
Which
have merch
is-
coming soon. What else?
Our case files are getting uploaded from the
Yes.
last few investigations that we've been on. We'll be going over our case files here on a episode
Yeah.
hopefully soon.
Yes.
Yeah.
And they will be on the website soon.
Yeah.
Just waiting for all the updates to take place.
Check us out on TikTok. We got some shorts from our last investigation on there. You can see some of our fun stuff that we did while we were there.
Check us out on Facebook.
YouTube,
Instagram.
Discord. Is that it? I don't know. We have so many things. I can
know.
never keep a
I
list.
can't keep track.
TikTok.
But don't forget to like, subscribe, turn on notifications,
Share us with your friends.
Yes.
share us with your friends,
Don't be weird.
call us if you have any ghosties,
Yeah.
and
Follow
keep
us.
your eyes open for Club Savage
Yeah. That's our new Patreon-ish
ish.
Patreon club. It's exclusive.
It is. You get exclusive access to cool stuff.
Yes. Good night, savages.
All
Bye,
right,
guys.
Bye.
See you later.
Sometimes.
Excuse me.